As Colorado becomes a more diverse place, it can be a challenge to make everyone feel welcomed and safe. A modern-day green book, which helped black travelers in the 1930s to find safe spaces, wants to change that. News 5's Mayo Davison brings us the story.
Created in the 1930s by black postal worker Victor Hugo, the Negro Motorist Green Book was a must for black travelers during the Jim Crow era.
Not knowing what places would be safe for them to go to.
While many believe the travel guide was only for the South, Parker McMullen Bushman says it was vital for blacks up north and out west where safe places weren't often marked.
People would travel to places like Lincoln Hills, which is here in Colorado. You could imagine being somewhere in the Midwest trying to travel across country. You would need to know where are the safe restaurants, where are the safe hotels.
The Green Book listed several boarding homes, hotels, and drugstores throughout Colorado.
The Green Book, they stopped it in the 60s because the civil rights law had been passed and people felt, okay, we finally made movement.
She's now created a modern-day version to help foster welcoming and safe environments. The Inclusive Guide allows customers to rate businesses on whether they foster inclusivity.
They're rating businesses on whether or not they felt safe, celebrated, and welcomed within those spaces. So safety, applies to not only physical safety, but also mental safety and emotional safety.
Gathering the data to help businesses become more inclusive. In turn, creating safer spaces for people who typically experience discrimination.
In our modern day, we're starting to become aware of things like unconscious bias and starting to become aware of the ways that microaggressions could affect and impact people's experiences.
One business already on the Inclusive Guide is Poor Richards here in Colorado Springs.
People come and they have meetings and they make themselves at home. During the Katrina, catastrophe, we had the place just taken over with refugees.
Owner Richard Scorman says he always set out to create a welcoming business, especially for his women customers.
We are very careful to make sure they're not being bothered by men that want to go up and ask for a date. And we have signs in our bathrooms and we really train our employees to pay attention to that.
Something that the founders of the Inclusive Guide want to see more of in the state.
Businesses do see, I'm not hitting this certain demographic as well as I would like. We're going to provide resources and trainings and everything that a business needs in order to implement that.
In Colorado Springs, Mayo Davison, News 5.
The founders of the Inclusive Guide are asking all people to use their website so it can help create diversity in responses in order to identify trends most accurately for businesses to improve. We do have a link to their website available for you right now at KOAA.com.